Hello world, this is your boy Neil and your boy Brandon, and you're tuned in to the Master Suite.
Oh yeah. All right. So, if your baby mother is sleeping around, does that mean that guy is the stepfather of your kids? What do you say?
Let me see what I gotta say about that. The whole stepfather and stepmother title, I think that is basically left up to the two individuals. So, it depends on how serious the relationship is. I believe once the relationship gets serious, then that's when the stepfather and stepmother title comes into play. Now the next thing is, does that person want to be called a stepfather or stepmother? So that's the other question that needs to be asked. You know what I'm saying? So I still think there's a few requirements that has to be met before a person could say, "Oh, I'm a stepfather, or I'm a stepmother." You know, they have to first be serious, and then both agree that's where the relationship is going. And then I believe at that point, that's when the determination is made that, you know, stepfather or stepmother.
Now, of course, it goes both ways. A baby mother, baby father, it doesn't matter. If you have a child, you shouldn't just be bringing anybody around, and until you know it's serious, then that's when you should bring that person, around your child because you don't want your child to be confused on, them seeing this person this week, next week they see somebody else, or this month they see somebody, and, a few months later on, they're going to ask, where's so and so.
So yeah, I mean, that's the next thing too. Being that you brought that up, is the father or is the mother active in the child's life? You know what I'm saying? That could be another obstacle for the child. If the mother is or father is just bringing too many people around the kids and not making I would say like a stable situation for the kid, that could become an issue. But I still think that I still think that once the two of them are serious, and then they decide that that's where the relationship is going, then
As far as that, that actually brings up a good topic because let's say, for example, you're a mom or you're a dad and the mom's not around, or you have a child where nobody's around, and you have grandparents or anybody watching them, just they just become confused and not knowing, okay, where's my mom, where's my dad, and most of the time, everybody says that females are always doing everything, but then there's some situation where always the father's doing something and the mothers aren't there, But definitely, I don't think it's a good idea to bring in the stepfather title or, to bring in stepmother title when it comes to your child, unless you're really, really serious about that person and you really think that person is going to give a positive vibe when it comes to your child. Because not really everybody accepts, your child. Sometimes, people will have it as a secret because they feel ashamed or embarrassed, which I don't see why. Most parents, if you have a kid, they'll either make them mature or make them less mature.
well, to piggyback on that, I feel like you know a lot of people are not taking accountability for having kids. A lot of them are just kind of like, uh, I'm pregnant, so I'm having a kid. You know what I'm saying? And you're bringing kids into the world and not setting up, setting up the right situations for the kids. So now we have situations where kids have only one parent around, one parent's there, one parent's not there. You know what I'm saying? So now either they have mommy or daddy issues, and then that leads to a whole bunch of development issues as well. So all it is accountability and just everybody taking responsibility and making sure that the kid is good.
No, of course. And then you have also the situations where, his parents don't take full responsibility of, what they brought into this world, but that's just going to be something that will be an everyday, you know, experience. Because like you said, most of these females will just say, okay, I'm pregnant, and then don't, see what are the terms of having a child. It's just not, okay, I'm pregnant, and it's just another day.
Oh
You
well,
know, you
let,
bring it into somebody else's world.
piggyback on
So
that. All right, so we gotta get this out of the way early. You know what I'm saying? There's two sides to the coin. You know what I'm saying? You have the dude laying down with the female. Now, at some point there, that's either wear protection or if something happen, you know what I'm saying? You gotta take responsibility because it's at the end of the day, it's two individuals joining together and they're performing an act, and there's consequences for that if you're not protecting yourself, protecting the energy. You know what I'm saying? So the guy, let's say he gets the girl pregnant. So now the girl's pregnant. Let's say she doesn't want to get an abortion. So that right there alone is an issue. You know what I'm saying? So so
no, of
now she
course.
doesn't want to get an abortion because if she get an abortion, it can mess her up mentally, having issues and all of this other stuff. So there's a lot of stuff you gotta really think about, or a lot of stuff goes in the whole thought process with kids.
Not only that, but that brings us to another topic out also. Them getting pregnant and them using it as leverage. So they think, okay, this relationship that they're having with this person is rocky, or, they feel that this person's not paying
Well,
attention to them. So, oh, wow, I'm pregnant, So now they feel that that person now has a job to do, not knowing that, okay, some of these, guys or females, they don't really
brother,
care. It doesn't matter. These days, I'm pregnant, okay. But what they do is they like to use it as a leverage, I would say a human shield. So when the child is born, they use that as, okay, as a term of child support, or they use it as a, okay, now we have a kid together, so you have to show me attention, not knowing that they're very selfish and that they're being very selfish to the child, because it's really the child that needs the both parents, the both, father and mother, but, they're going to be selfish as, only caring about them getting the attention, and it's all about playing games, not knowing that that's
oh
really
well,
hurting your child.
all right. To piggyback on what you said, you know what I'm saying? When the female gets pregnant, right? Yes, there's a lot of cases where the female is like, I'm pregnant, and she goes to the guy and say, yo, I'm pregnant, and then the dude is like, yo, you better take a plan B or better get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no kids. And that's the cue right there. She has to make the call. Am I gonna still have the kid? Or and possibly, you know what I'm saying, run the risk of that kid not having his father around, or that she's gonna have to find somebody to be the father figure for the kid. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's where a lot of issues come into play. The female gets pregnant, she then goes to the dude like, yo, I'm pregnant. He's like, well, I don't want no kids. And she's like, I'm not having an abortion. And then there's kind of like a stalemate. And then he's just like, yo, alright, F it, whatever. And that's kind of how a lot of it go. And then the dude continues doing what he's doing. And now she's pregnant, and her whole world is being flipped upside down because, you know what I'm saying, she's by herself. So,
No, of course. And then what I think about it is that most females and most males look for, they want a positive girl. And what it is that most of these girls and most of these guys are already in a relationship or in a rocky relationship, where they have kids. And 9 times out of 10, that's where you will find the great guys and the great girls already, the people that already have kids. Because yes, you want to show your true colors at the beginning of your relationship, but that's not always, so good because it never happens. It never happens on how you want it. Nobody's gonna live a Cinderella story, you know. So when you're first going out with that person, they're gonna show you the world. They're gonna show you everything. But then when they have that child with you, or when y'all move closer to engagement, whatever it is, that's when you see everybody's true colors. And not everybody would realize that, but you would think that everybody would show their true colors in the beginning stages, but no. Just like if you want to live with a person, you won't, you have all the nice and dandy things where you come over, you sleep over 1 or 2 days and go back home. But then it's a different scenario when you're sleeping with that person in the same house for several days or more. Then you see their true colors. Then you're like, okay, well, now I have your kid. Us just being together in the same household for 1 week, I don't think this is going to work. But
But yeah,
people don't think
all
like,
right. So let's take a step back here because we just bypassed we bypassed a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? All right. So boom, girl gets pregnant, right? Pay attention. Right now, we have a lot of females, a lot of dudes that are just linking up. They never took the time to get to know each other. So because you got Tinder, you got POF, you got all of these apps where people just go on the app, they see somebody they like visually, they may read the paragraphs or whatever, but a lot of them they just wanna have sex and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And there's actually females that want a relationship, they want a family, they want to get married, stuff like that. The issue is a lot of females are doing it, and a lot of guys are doing it. They're going into relationships under guise, under false pretense. So, like for example, how it starts off is, yo, I don't want a relationship. I'm okay with just being a fling or a side chick or whatever. It starts up like that. We'll say 2, 3 months in, the chick catch feelings, the guy catch feelings, and now everything going left now because they want to be the number one, or they want to be the sole center of, or the center of attention. They want everything to be on them. And that's where a lot of the issues, a lot of the kickbacks is coming from. Because let's say the guy doesn't want to get her pregnant. He just wants to have her there as like a backup, or as like we'll say like a workout. So like when he have issues in his relationship, or she has issues in the relationship, that's the person she calls to relieve the pressure. You know what I'm saying? So now when they call that person, oh boom, they get pregnant or whatever the case may be, there's a whole situation going on now because the person has a whole other family. So I mean stuff could get real complicated, but at the same time it's simple. Everybody just need to put everything on the table, and that's it's as simple as that. If everybody put everything on the table and they be honest, then they can get now. You're not keeping up with all the lies you're doing, and then let's say that the person you're in the relationship with or you tagging along, they watching everything you're doing, so they have tabs on everything. Meanwhile, you overlooking stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like at the end of the day, we just gotta get back to actually going out there and getting to know people. The apps and all that's cool, but people are not taking the time out to get to know each other before they have sexual relations. A lot of time it's just a fling, and then the person get pregnant, and then now everything's going left. You know what I'm saying? She keeping the baby for a dude that doesn't want no kids, and now she's in a situation, her family's in a situation because they have to back her up or they have to cover her. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's just crazy.
no, of course, and that's why people need to understand that okay, just having a kid, it's not just okay, I'm having a kid. There comes a lot of responsibility with that, and you got to own up to it because you're not looking forward to what is going to happen in the next few years, or how you have to become very responsible. It's something that you just can't say. It's something that you have to be very responsible of,
It's not,
and
it's not
just
only
it's not
yeah, but
about
it's
you
not
no
only
more. It's about
responsibility.
you and the child.
You know what I'm saying? This is what people is not looking at. All right, I understand that a lot of people don't wanna have an abortion, But at the end of the day, the child is not asking to come here. You understand what I'm saying? The child did not ask to come here. So when you have a child, you bring a child into the world, and you don't have the stuff the stuff to take care of the kid. You understand what I'm saying? That's I could look at it as, okay, you going through trials and stuff like that, but come on now. If you can't take care of yourself, how you gonna take care of a child? You know what I'm saying? So so
Now, of course,
I
that's
spoke.
where it comes with, responsibility. When you're responsible for yourself, you can't be responsible for anybody else. Just like respect,
Yeah,
you
and
gotta
I know a
give
lot of
respect to get
people went
respect.
through the hard stuff where they they didn't have an abortion, they had the kid, and then they had to struggle to take care of the kid and all that. I mean, not to say that that's back in the day stuff, but now we have a lot of technology where you can get ahead of it, and basically, if you don't want to have a kid, you don't have to have a kid. But now you have to decide now, am I gonna, if you're doing abortion, you gotta understand that, yo, this can be a every time thing. You know what I'm saying? It can be an every time thing, and you gotta decide, like, yo, do I want kids or not? You know, because if you're having sex raw, you gotta be ready to have a kid. If a kid comes, you gotta be able to say, yo, all right, my bad, or okay, here's the money. All right, when is the baby due? When is your next appointment? You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. Yeah, if you can't do
Now,
that,
of course, there's teamwork in
why
between.
you having sex raw? You shouldn't be doing that, because a lot of dudes figure, yo, I'm pulling out. Nah, because you pulling out don't mean nothing. There's pre cum, yo. You know what I'm saying? Girl can still get pregnant off of that. A lot of people keep forgetting that. You could be doing all you want, all the pull out in the world, and boom, that one time you was having a little too much fun and you slipped up, and now boom, you got a baby. You know what I'm saying? So, no, not to say that if you feel like it's not yours, there's DNA tests to go do that. You know what I'm saying, to handle your business. But a lot, I would say, on the men's side, a lot more dudes gotta be more accountable for their actions. You know what I'm saying, and not just be running around just sexing up everybody and not paying attention to what you're doing. I understand that, yeah, it's a free country, and you can sex whoever you want, but they gotta be more, just a little more mindful of, all right, we're not trying to just be spawn, breeding up everybody's daughter.
Now, of course, and as far as that goes, just all about being responsible. Don't be selfish, and just plan positive. Sometimes it's something that you don't think about. It's something that has to be negative, positive. But also, what I would like to talk about is, the system. Yes, the criminal justice system is having a lot of issues and everything. But I want to touch on something about the child support system. Family court. We also got to look out for the guys that are out there, the guys that are doing what they have to do. You understand? Because it shouldn't always be about females. When you choose to have a child, it's the mom and the dad. The mom doesn't just, think about, okay, let me just have a kid. Let me just go to the sperm bank and let me just do this. But definitely as far as with that, I think the system should be fair. Family court, it's called family court for a reason. It's not called mom court. It's not called mother court. It's called family court. So, everybody should take in both sides of the story. So the system should be fair, shouldn't be biased, shouldn't only, there are fathers out there, like I said, that are doing what they're supposed to do. I don't think it should
Well,
only
listen,
be,
man.
all about the mothers.
There's
So,
obviously there's more women than there are men. You know what I'm saying? So just
Now, of course, but there are a lot of fathers that are doing what they have to do. It's not only about the mothers. There are fathers that, take
Yeah,
away
I
their
know, but
children
the
because the mothers
percentage
aren't
of
doing what
that
they're supposed to do.
versus how much people is on child support, I'm pretty sure the number is type small. Now, the number that's gonna be big is gonna be, I would say, the unfair column because of how they structure it, I guess, for people to get compensated. In a lot of cases, it turns out to be unfair. And then you have cases where it turns out to be fair, but really, does a kid need, a child or does the mother really need 20,000, 30, 40, $50,000 child support, $100,000 child support? You know what I'm saying, to take care of a kid. So I don't know. I mean, to some degree, I feel like the whole thing needs to get redesigned. You know what I'm saying? So that it's a little more structured. Because I do agree in a lot of sense, or I would say in certain areas with you as far as it being unfair. In a lot of cases, it is unfair, but then there's a lot of cases where for the woman, it's not fair. You know what I'm saying? So,
No, no, of course, but like I said, there's a lot of fathers out there that are doing what they're supposed to do. We talk about politics, but we should only be focused about politics because the world leads with the next generation. If we're not worried about our next generation, then why do we have a world? It's not all about politics. About drama, trouble, crime, and everything. If family court is designed just to be designed for the mothers and only for the mothers, then what's the sense of having the name? Having the court system we call family court?
oh well,
Makes no
again,
sense. It makes no sense at all. You know,
we got. I mean, we could go back and look to see who passed the laws on child support. It was probably a woman. You know what I mean? Who knows who passed those laws? And it's probably time to get reform on them, get them changed up so that it's more fair. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we're outnumbered, so I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But with that same that same notion right there, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what tomorrow holds for us with the child support.
but
You already know
now, of
in
course,
certain
that's every
relationships,
day is a new struggle.
child support is as sure as taxing that you know it's coming. There's no way around it.
When it comes to baby father drama, baby mother drama, we all gotta take our responsibility and do what we was here to do, which was to be responsible. So if you are in that zone and you're on your
No,
steps to
well,
become a parent or you
again,
think you are,
this goes
it's not a
back to
bad thing. Just think
the whole
twice.
setup with the what we was talking about with just having kids. This is one of those deterrents. One of those the I would say one of those red lights that we just don't run. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just there. So it's kind of like a risk. You run the risk of getting into an accident. It's the same thing as with child support. I would say the same odds of you getting into an accident. Same thing with child support. Before you have a kid, you should know who you're having a kid with. So this way, you know if child support is coming or not. In a lot of cases, you won't know because then people change according to how their emotions, how they feel, and how their emotions felt at that point in time. A lot of stuff could change up.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at The Master Suite. You can also listen to our podcast on Apple, Google, and Spotify.